Hey, what is up? This is Gavin McHale, and this video that you're about to see is actually from my brand new course called Consciouspreneur Academy, which is totally free and it's part of the pre-sale for my upcoming book, Consciouspreneur: What to Do When the Hard Work Stops Working. I am super excited about this book. I put over 2 years into writing and editing this book, and this course is going to allow you to understand the book in a different way and understand some of the lessons from the book. I've also included some other lessons on some other topics outside of the mindset realm, but still in the business realm for those entrepreneurs that are trying to become more conscious. So if you like this video and you want more like it, click the link below in the description to get free access to the entire course. 25 plus videos, a whole bunch of trainings, a whole bunch of worksheets, and a whole bunch of free mindset resources. It'll also get you on the pre-sale list for the book, and I hope to see it in there. Enjoy the video. I'm super excited to bring this training to you because I think I've sent this worksheet out to probably a dozen people over the past couple of weeks. And what I'm realizing, and the reason why I'm bringing this to you today, is because I'm seeing a lot of you get stuck when your driver or your motivation has to shift from maybe revenge or showing others or showing yourself that you can do this, or that first stepping stone to success, right? A lot of you are saying to me, okay, I joined the program. I had this amazing success. Things popped off. I'm doing exactly what I want, living the life that I want, and I'm getting complacent. And oftentimes, what the issue here is, if you guys have ever heard Alex Hormozy talk, he says, use what you have. And a lot of you guys have been really good at using what you have in terms of a driver. So, frustration, anger, fear of having to go back to a 9 to 5 or having to go back into the gym. These are all really great drivers. And I like to call them like the kindling and the paper that starts the bonfire. Right. So the smaller pieces of wood that start the bonfire, these are really good for that. But what happens in a bonfire is those things burn fast and they burn out. And you have to put bigger pieces of wood on top of the paper and the kindling. And sometimes we maybe even need to pour a little gas on that sucker to really get the flames going, right? And so, what represents the larger logs and the logs that will burn longer and more sustainable, and the motivators that will last longer and will sustain you, come from purpose and vision, come from shifting from I want to get away from this thing to I want to go towards this bigger thing that is bigger than me. That's how you get from, you know, making enough money to easily support your lifestyle and support your family to making boatloads of money and supporting and impacting millions, hundreds, thousands, millions of people. It's coming from a place of purpose and a place of mission and a place of vision. And what I have done with this worksheet is I've allow you to envision yourself in what we'll call like a medium term goal. So 5 to 20 years of creating a vision for 5 to 20 years. So for me, I'm going to be 37 this year. I first created this when I was 36 years old, and I did it for my 40th birthday. So not quite 5 to 20 years, but it's one of those like it's a ways off, but it's definitely within sight. Then we move through in the second page is what we call the 10x expanding questions, which is trying to figure out, and these are big questions to be asking yourself, but trying to figure out what you've been put on this earth to do. I will tell you, most of the time, what you guys have been put on this earth to do is bigger than fitness. And that's okay because your current fitness business, the way it is right now, is the tip of the spear as to how you can best help people. That will change, that will shift. The type of people, the type of messaging will likely change as you do and as you start to see different clients. And the best way to make sense of this, right, is the coach who works with 25-year-old guys who are trying to get jacked so that they can go to the beach, right? And then he gets into a relationship and he shifts and he starts working out for different reasons. And now the types of people that he's attracting are men who are in relationships, who want to stay in relationships. And then he gets married. And then the types of people he attracts are men who've gotten married and maybe lost their way. And his values have shifted, his values have changed, and he's attracting a higher net worth individual who has bigger, longer term goals. And then it shifts to he has kids. Now he's coaching dads, right? Then he turns 40 and now he's coaching over 40. And this is how our businesses shift and change over time. And that's totally okay because you're shifting and changing. But your 10x expanding questions are going to show you big picture. What are the things you help people do? One of the things for me, I've done a lot of questioning of this type of stuff is I believe that I've been put on this planet to be a facilitator of greatness. So it's my job to facilitate your greatness. I am a connector. I am a conduit for you to the higher version of you. Okay. Now that right now means I do personal development and mindset coaching at 7-figure scaling systems for Charlie Johnson. That might be something different when my book comes out. That might be something different in the future. But right now, this is how I can best serve my purpose. And then the third page is, I think, the most exciting and interesting one is doing the same thing you did originally, creating a vision and kind of creating a movie script, but for the end of your life, looking back on your life. So, you're a grandparent or whatever it is that you want to do, and you're looking back on your life. So let me pull up the sheet for you guys so that you can see the worksheet and I can work through it with you a little bit. So first page, of course, I called it a vibe vision. What that means, vibe stands for vivid, intentional, bold, and expected. And you can see there, right? It's vivid. It's a very clear picture of a movie you can play in your mind's eye. It's intentional. There's reason behind it. There's a why behind it. It's bold. You may as well go big. Okay. It costs you nothing to dream big, and it's expected. Once it's in place, you need to get yourself into a vibration, into an energy space where this is expected that it's going to come to you. Because when we expect it to come to us, it has a better chance to come to us. So this Vibe Vision 1.0, like I said, 5 to 20 years in the future, if you're struggling, I've given you some guidelines in terms of what you can think about. Of course, we often get focused on finances, but there's some other stuff. How's your health? How's your family? Then we can look at finances. Your faith that it's all going to work out, your faith in God or something greater, and your freedom. What does your connections look like? What kind of time freedom do you have? What kind of location freedom do you have? You can tie all these in. You can use some of them. It's just there as a guideline. So as you can see, we're going to choose a milestone and we're going to put that date down. So for me, it's October 23rd, 2027. That is my 40th birthday. Okay. I am with, where are we, and what are we celebrating? So we're painting this picture in our mind's eye. In the past X amount of years, the big accomplishments I have done. So one of the ones for me is that I have published a book and sold 10,000 copies. I'm putting that out there in the universe. Okay. So what are some big accomplishments? What does success look like for you in this moment? What does success look like? How will you know in this moment, in this celebration, whatever it is, that you have been successful? What does it feel like? Guys, this might be the most important question. What does it feel like for you? What emotions are invoked in you when you think about having this success? Because, guys, that's what you're really chasing. You're really chasing that feeling, just so you know. Okay. And then finally, what areas are you most focused on? Where are you most focused right now? So for me at 40, my hope is that I'm most focused on raising great kids. Okay. And that will come from the way that I embody the type of person I want them to become with my professional life, with how I treat people, all those things. Okay. So this is your, we'll call it a medium term vision, your Vibe Vision 1.0. Then we move on to the big 10x expansion questions. I really want you to think about, why were you put here? Why were you put on earth? What is the plan for you? So what is the role you play in the world? What is the 10x plan from God or the universe? Whatever you believe in. And if you don't believe in any of that stuff, that's fine. What's the best version of you? Where do you need to think bigger than you currently are? What's the number one obstacle? Okay. A lot of us are coming up on obstacles as to why we can't think bigger or act bigger. What is it causing me to miss out on? And what is the first step to fixing this? And then if there's a lesson from this will give you a dose of realistic, like what needs to happen for you to start moving towards the best version of you. And then we go into the fun one, Vibe Vision 2.0, where we look back on our life. So I think mine is, I've got it here. I think I'm 75 years old, celebrating Christmas with my family, with my kids, with my grandkids, with my wife. So, where are you? What's the date? Set the scene. Who are you with? And then what have you accomplished in the past 25 years, or even bigger if you want to? What does success look like? And again, what does it feel like? Now, this is not meant to be a sit down in 20 minutes and do it. My suggestion is that you take 2 to 3 good chunks of time where you can get yourself into a good environment where you can really think about the way you want your life to look and what is most important to you. I don't give you an example sheet because I don't want you to steal my answers or steal the example answers. I want you to really think about what matters most to you. Okay, you are the referee, you are creating the rules. And the best part is you can also change the rules. Okay, so go play the game and ask these greater questions of yourself so that you can have a bigger vision, a more clear purpose. And this will stop the complacency no matter what level you're at, because we're chasing this feeling. We are chasing these opportunities to live out what we want or what we see in our mind's eye, these opportunities to live them out. This is when you can start to think bigger and start to recognize that there's always more work to do. All right. Hope you have fun. Let me know if you have questions. You know where to find me. Lots of love. We'll talk to you soon.